Hey there, and welcome to the Do Life Big podcast. This podcast is going to be your jam if you want to live to your full potential and don't believe in half-assing anything in your life. If we want to do life big, that means we've got to get out of our own way because we only have this one shot to make it awesome. I'm your host, Kathy, and I'm a mom of three whose BFF is cold brew, a retired school teacher turned online entrepreneur, and an author. I'm loud, bold, and will always keep it real. I'm determined to live my best freaking life possible, and I'm here to help you do the same. I'll be packing this podcast with tips, motivation, inspiration, and strategies to finally get you where you want to go. And we will have a ton of laughter along the way because, let's be honest, we can't ever take ourselves too seriously, right? I'm so excited you are here with me today. Now let's get this party started. Hey, my friend, what is up? And welcome back to another episode of Do Life Big. Today is being fueled by a nice big cup of coffee from Starbucks. You want to know why? My dog decided on my birthday weekend, of all weekends to decide to do this, he decided that he was going to have major diarrhea all throughout the night last night. So I was woken up several times to have to take him out. My husband had to take him out, and it was just one big, giant mess, literally. And tonight, I'm having a big birthday party, and Sunday, on the 17th of December, is my actual birthday, and I'm turning 30 again. I know. I don't look it. I'm not going to share my age, but I am a lot older than 30. So I am sitting here right now, sipping on a nice, big cup of hot coffee with a pump of mocha in it, some sugar-free vanilla, all the works. And I am bringing to you this episode with a lot of energy, even though I'm tired from last night. And I think you're really going to like this one too. This is a really good episode. Today, we're going to be talking all about what you're choosing to believe, right? Now, it sounds simple. We all have choices of what we're going to focus on and what we're going to believe in and the stories that we're going to listen to in our own heads every single day, which is literally everything, because with every move you make and every decision you make in life throughout your days, you're constantly telling yourself these stories. And a lot of times they're on autopilot. They're in your subconscious. You don't even realize the stories that are going on in your mind. And the majority of the time, 85% of the stories in our minds are all negative. And so we're going to talk about this today. We're going to talk about what are you choosing to believe? And at the end of the year, especially right now, I think it's so important to, not only reflect on the last year, but to also cast your vision for how you want to live out the following year. How do you want to live out 2024? And it's so important that you just don't go waltzing into the new year like, okay, this is going to be the year. Hopefully this is going to be a better year for me. I really want this year to be my year. I'm hoping to God that things go smooth in terms of my business and in terms of my relationship or in terms of my finances, whatever it may be. You have to be so intentional with it. And you have to be really careful with the words that you're using. Like, you can't use wishy-washy words like, hey, I hope that 2024 is going to be great. I'm really hoping that my business will blow up and hit the 6 or 7 figure level. Whatever it is, you have to be confident in the choice of your words that you're using, and you need to declare it as if you already own it, that you already have it. And so I want you to just think for a second about 2024. And this is also another reason why I like to end the year running my free 5-day vision and goal setting group. So if you're not in it yet and you're listening to this in real time on December 18th, when this episode drops, today is day 1 of our free 5-day vision and goal setting group that I'm hosting live for you. You can still hop in. You can still join us. You want to make sure you get into this. This is everything. You can go to kathyreuter.com/goals and we will get you right in there. But I want you to spend some time thinking about it. What do you want from 2024? What do you want from 2024? What kind of a business do you want to be running? What kind of an impact do you want to have in 2024? What do you want your relationships to look like? What do you want your bank account to look like? How do you want to feel internally? What kind of thoughts do you want to be thinking? What kind of a person do you want to be known for? What kind of energy do you want to be giving out to people every day? Think about these things because this is a story about you in your life. And you're the main character in your movie, which means that you can create any freaking story to be whatever the heck you want it to be. It's all you. You get to decide what kind of character you want to be next year. Get yourself in this free group that I'm running because it's a chance for you to cast your vision. It's a chance for you to be able to dream and decide what you want next year to look like. I did this activity with my mentor where I was told to draft out what my breakthrough year for 2024 would look like. And I had to pretend like it was the last day of 2024. And what would I say has happened on the last day of the year in 2024? And I had to think about what occurred in 2024 that allowed me to actually stand here and say that I had my breakthrough year. So, I don't really do this often. I don't really share my things too often because I can tend to be a little bit of a private person. But do you want me to read it to you? Do you want me to read what I wrote? I had to share it with a small group of people, which was very uncomfortable for me. All about getting yourself out there, right? And in those uncomfortable situations, which is what I am promising myself I am going to do more of, just put myself a little bit more in the uncomfortable. But I'm going to read it to you. I'm going to grab it and I'm going to read you what I wrote about what my breakthrough year for 2024 looked like. Get ready and buckle up, okay, guys? All right. So it is now December 31st, 2024, and I am so proud to say I built an over $500,000 business a year, and I've made an impact to thousands of other people. I realized that I had been holding myself back in 2023 because of a fear of being seen as a beginner. I lived all of 2023 being somewhat inconsistent because of a fear of being seen as flawed. But I'm so grateful that I uncovered this and I had this breakthrough at the Business by Design live event that I attended in California. When I came back from that business event, I told my new business besties that my words for 2024 would be commitment, responsibility, and play full out. I chose to show up messy every single month until I found a launch that worked and had the success that I wanted it to have. My husband is now freaking retired from his job, and I knew I could figure this out. When the 7-figure panel was up at this business event, one of the girls said, "How fast would you run through your launches if you knew that your 5th, 6th, or 7th one would be the one that had the success that you really wanted?" I am so proud of you for not giving up. You lived a life prior to this never wanting to disappoint anyone else while being okay disappointing and letting yourself down. And that ended. Having that breakthrough at that business event was so transformative. And I know I'm just freaking getting started. So that was my breakthrough of the year for 2024. That is the vision, part of my vision that I have casted in terms of business for what I want to happen next year. And it's going to freaking happen. You with me? You want your vision to happen? It can totally happen. This can be you too. So we all have fears, right? Like we all have these big visions, but then we also have these fears. And it's the fears that usually keep us stuck. And no one is exempt from having these fears. We just get better at ignoring the fears and doing the damn thing anyway, right? So we have our vision and then we have our fears, or what I like to call them, our bullshit stories that we tell ourselves every single day about why we're not good enough, why we don't think we have what it takes, why this is a stupid idea and you should just not even bother. This is never going to work. This is going to be a waste of time. Those are the BS stories that a lot of ourselves are telling ourselves every single day. And they're not doing us any favors because they're keeping us stuck exactly where we are and they're keeping us playing small and we're not playing full out. And listen, I am not exempt from this. That is why I shared my vision, because I shared the breakthrough that I had about how I was holding myself back too. We all go through this. And every day we get to choose either the vision or to listen and believe the bullshit stories. So what are you going to choose? I know for me personally, I chose to listen to some of those bullshit stories for 2023. I'm not saying that I wasn't successful. But I definitely didn't reach my full potential because of listening to those bullshit stories and getting in my own damn way. I was holding myself back. And I know that you can relate. I know that you're the one holding yourself back too from whatever it is that you want to go after. And it held me back from reaching what I know I'm freaking capable of achieving. So no more of that. That ends. That's over. And I want it to be over for you too. I let some of my fears literally just paralyze me, which is really ironic and something that I didn't want to admit because I'm a freaking mindset coach. Like, this is what I do. My job is to teach others how to uncover their true potential so they can live their best life and build a big 6-figure and beyond business if they're entrepreneurs. And I'm really good at teaching other people that, but I was ignoring my own internal stuff that had to be taken care of. I couldn't see it in myself. I didn't want to see it in myself because I'm a mindset coach. And this is what I help other people do. So that was a really big breakthrough that I had when I was at this business event in California the other week. And so you can choose to focus on your vision, or you can choose to continue to believe the lies and the stories that you're telling yourself about why you aren't meant for greatness. But you're meant for greatness. We all are meant for greatness. We all have everything that we need inside of us right now to make it happen. And you are where your attention is. So where is your attention? Because wherever your attention is where you're giving your power away to. And don't tell me that you don't know what you want in life or what you want out of 2024, because I know that you know what you want. Come on. Listen, you know what you don't want, right? I hear people say this all the time. I don't want to be broke. I don't want to go bankrupt. I don't want to have to work 3 jobs. I don't want this relationship or this business to fail, yada, yada, yada. Which means that if you know what you don't want, then you know what you do want. And your life will always follow the script that you believe in. So what have you been believing? What stories have you been letting dictate your life? What stories internally have you been believing? It just takes awareness of every day waking up and looking in the mirror and saying, I am choosing to believe in me. I am choosing to believe in my vision. My limiting stories and my limiting beliefs are not serving me. And just that conscious awareness of choosing that and making that choice every single day. So it's time to look within and really acknowledge what's been holding you back, right? I had to do some little bit of soul searching at this business event, which I wasn't really expecting, but I had to do some soul searching. And you've got to look within if you want to grow and move forward. You've got to grow through all of this. You can't ignore it. Because if you continue to ignore it, then you're never going to work through it. And then you'll never really be the version of the person who you imagine yourself being one day. You'll never learn the lessons that you need to learn in order to grow into the person that you're meant to be. So I want you to think of it this way. This is literally like your canvas of life. And it's completely blank. And it's waiting for you to paint your story with the colors of belief and passion and perseverance. So make a conscious effort every single day to believe in your vision so you can create the life and the business that you deserve. All right. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I hope you loved this episode. If you did, go share it with a friend. You can tag me on Instagram. And thanks so much for being here. You know I love you. I think you're awesome. And I will see you the next time. All right. Bye. Thanks so much for listening in. I really appreciate you choosing to spend your time here with me today. You totally rock. Hey, listen, if you loved today's episode, go ahead and tag me on social and go share this with a friend right now. Like, do it immediately before the day gets ahead of you and you totally forget. Couldn't be more pumped to be on this journey with you guys. Go make today awesome, and I will see you the next time.